Hi everyone, iSimplifyTech here. iPhone 16 Pro Max is finally here. It's a really nice phone, titanium, supposed to be a pretty durable phone, especially with this new material, the titanium. But the question is, how can we protect it the best we could? But in my situation, I like those big phones, but the problem is when it comes to those bulky cases, the size of the phone really increases, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So in this video we're gonna look at those carbon fiber cases. They are made of carbon fiber strands woven together, and they are a pretty good material when it comes to drops or stuff like that. And the good thing about it is that they are pretty thin. So if you are like me, wanted to have almost like a naked feel on the phone, then this video is for you, because we're gonna take a look at those 5 carbon fiber cases that can be bought from Amazon, and I'm gonna have the link in the description in this video. Feel free to check that out if you want. So let's get started. The first case we're gonna take a look at is Grey Caso, which is a pretty inexpensive option. And as we can see, snaps right in the phone here. Now, looking at the case, we can see that the edges are exposed on both sides. The top and bottom are enclosed, but as you can see, we have a big portion of the phone exposed. So in case of a drop, it's more likely to cause an issue. Now, when it comes to the camera bump, we can see it has this bump. It goes slightly over the camera lenses, but not tall enough, in my opinion. As you can see, it has a pretty good feel overall, but I'm just not a huge fan of edges being exposed. Also, we have a lanyard opening on the bottom, but I wouldn't use that in this type of case. Now, if you look at the edges, it's slightly above the screen, but of course those cases must be protected with tempered glass protection, because just the case itself won't help since they are super thin. And in this case we can see it's almost at the same level with the screen protector, so that is pretty good. The corners would be protected very well. By the way, this is not a MagSafe compatible case. Next case comes from Lopai, and as we can see, seems to be the bulkier of all the cases. It does have the MagSafe compatible thing inside here. And what is very interesting is that it has the buttons in here, which all the other cases don't feature. The back is made out of carbon fiber, but it's kind of blended with rubberized material, which is pretty interesting. That's why it probably makes it a little bit thicker than others, but let's see how it will fit on the phone. And as we can see, it definitely feels a little bit bulkier than the previous case. Now, if we look on the back of this case, we can see the camera opening here is protected by this metal or aluminum bump. However, it's not much more raised than those camera lenses, so I'm afraid, I would be afraid to drop it in a rocky terrain or a rocky concrete with a rocky texture, and not anything that is smooth. But overall, the buttons are feeling great, and we have this opening for the new camera button, which has this indentation that allows it to easily slide to left and right. Also, the buttons are pretty firm. No issue here with the volume control when I'm pressing them. As I said, feels like the edges are very well protected and have those rubbery blend inside the case. Now, if we look at the screen protection, we do have overall all around it's slightly above the screen, and even sitting higher than glass, so that's pretty good. It really gives a better protection in case of a drop. Again, not that bulky, but definitely bulkier than those carbon cases. So another plus that it has that MagSafe compatible. Moving to the next case comes from Raptic. On the back we have an inscription saying designed by Raptic. We do have another Raptic logo on the camera bump protection. That's a pretty interesting design here, what they did. It's completely made out of a carbon fiber. We have the MagSafe compatible insert in here. Now let's see how it fits on the phone. Just snaps right in. That gives you a nice satisfying sound, that clicking when it clicked right in. So let's look at the camera bump. As we can see, it goes slightly more above those camera lenses, more than those two other cases that I could see. So that gives you a better protection. And I really like this design here on this one. This looks pretty good. One thing I'm not a huge fan is the openings for the wake button and the camera button, volume buttons, and the silent button or action button. Now other than that, it looks and feels pretty good in hand. It has the matte finish, and as you can see, it has this nice pattern, which really makes it stand out. Now looking at the screen protection, the edges, the corners are slightly raised, but other than that, it would sit at the screen protector level, so that is pretty good. I guess will make it better and more protective if it's dropped on one of those corners. So that's a good plus for this case. Again, not a huge fan of the openings on the buttons because it leaves those edges exposed. The next case comes from Memumi, which has an interesting name, and has the logo name on the bottom here, Memumi. Very interesting. So let's see how it fits on the phone. It's completely made out of the carbon fiber, no other materials used, and snaps right in. And I really like how this feels. Now looking inside of this camera assembly here, we have a nice inner protection in between the lenses, something that I have not seen on the other cases. And also it features this nice aluminum blend with the carbon fiber when it comes to the raised edges here. So I really like it, and this probably has the biggest raised of the bump than all the other cases we've tested so far, which provides even better protection in case if it's dropped. So probably this is gonna be a good case when it comes to the camera protection. Now looking on the screen here and on the side, the only raised bumps or raised edges are on the corners here, which will provide a slight protection. The buttons are nicely enclosed, they don't have any opening. Let's see the camera button, if that would allow me to use it, because I don't see that indentation there, but it definitely would not give me any trouble in sliding my finger with this case. So that's another plus. It does not have the MagSafe insert inside, so may not be as strong, or the magnet will not attach to the phone as good as the other cases. It may not even be secure at all, but other than that, I really like this case, the way it feels. And as you can see, all the edges are nice and closed. And the last case we're gonna take a look at comes from Pitaka. So this is a very interesting case. I really like the design. They have a bunch of options on the design side, and as you can see, MagSafe insert made with pita lacquer, so whatever that means. Let's see how it looks on the phone here. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. I really love the design. We got the Pitaka logo there. Now when it comes to the camera, we have this nice aluminum insert. When it comes to the camera bump height, it matches the first two cases that we just reviewed, so it's not as high as the Raptic or Memumi. So that it's one downside of this case. Again, we have on the side, we have the volume buttons exposed along with the wake and the camera buttons. Not a huge fan of that because it exposes the edges to a potential damage in case of a drop. This is actually the only case that has an opening above the charging port. All the others, they don't have that. Also, I could see one thing which I don't get it, why the top side of the speaker here, the edge of the titanium is slightly exposed. So again, I don't understand why, and that's not a great idea. The edges are not raised, but I would say it would sit at the same level, if not maybe not even at the same level with the screen protector, but slightly above the original display level. So you must have tempered glass on this type of case, because as we saw, some cases are better in terms of protecting the corners, but not the Pitaka case. So so far I would say my favorite case is coming from Memumi, because it has this inner protection for the camera, and all the buttons are nice, and the charging port are nicely enclosed. I would like to know what you guys think, and if you would like to leave a comment down below in the comment section. What do you think, and which one is your favorite? And if you really liked and enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. I will see you in the next video.